Drama right until the very end. Sweden versus the United States, the perfect game for the round of 16. Many thought it would be a really close battle between the two sides and we'd see a winner in regulation time, but that wasn't the case. We ended up going to the first extra time of this round of 16s, and we even ended up going to penalties, and what a game it was. The USA heavily dominated in terms of chances, forcing 11 saves throughout the 120 minutes from Chelsea goalkeeper Zecira Musovic, who put in one of the best performances of a goalkeeper I have seen in a long time, and she really kept Sweden in this game. The US had many chances, whether through Lindsay Horan, Sophia Smith, Alex Morgan, Andy Sullivan early on as well, and they just couldn't find a way past Musovic, who played her lives out of this game. Then there was chances for Sweden, few and far between. Some of their set pieces weren't really working as well, but to get it to extra time and then the penalties is credit to them. And then the penalty shootout itself was just absolutely chaotic, and I just don't even know how you explain that. So the USA make two late subs in bringing on Kelly O'Hara and Christian Mewis for their first World Cup minutes. Well, for Mewis it was anyway, to take the penalties. So Andy Sullivan steps up and scores. Then we have a series of penalties where both sides score. Then we have 4 penalties in a row that I missed. So you had Natalie Bjorn, Megan Rapinoe, Rebecca Blomqvist and Sophia Smith all missed their respective penalties. Then Hannah Bennison, Alyssa Neyer and Magdalena Eriksson scored their penalties. Then Kelly O'Hara hits the post with her penalty, which was quite a poor penalty, considering that could have won the game for them. And then Lena Hurtig's penalty, wow. I mean, I don't even know how you describe everything that happened there. So she steps up, takes the penalty. Alyssa Neyer thinks she saved it initially, it goes off her hand, off the post. She makes a double save, or it looks like it's going to continue for the penalties. But then after a lengthy VAR goal line technology check, you can see that the ball is just fully over the line by probably a hair's length. It is fully over the goal line, and that sends Sweden through to the quarterfinals, winning by 5-4 on penalties. And that is probably the most dramatic ending to a football game you can possibly have, because it's literal millimetres that it was over the line by, to send Sweden through to the quarterfinals and end the USA's hopes of three-peating at this tournament, which I think was always going to come to an end. As you may have heard it in my predictions last week, I thought the Swedish side were going to beat the USA. The USA hadn't been very convincing at all. The lack of substitutions from Vlatko Andonovski, the lack of rotation, the squad just didn't seem to be capable of winning the World Cup. So I think it was always going to be push come to shove. So whether they got through this game against Sweden and then faced tougher opposition in the quarterfinals, I just didn't think this USA team was going to do it all this year. And obviously I've been proven right in that sense. You probably see a few changes going forth for the USA now. The likes of Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, Emily Sonic, Kelly O'Hara, they'll probably all go. And then in the next few years, by the time we get to the next World Cup, we'll have a new crop players, the likes of Sophia Smith, Alyssa Thompson, Trinity Rodman. It's just like it's going to be a big bit of a change, but I'm not expecting too many changes. Whether Vlatko Andonovski stays on as well, that remains to be seen. It's obviously a big loss that the USA have gone out at this stage. It's the earliest they have ever exited a World Cup, but yeah, credit to Sweden, credit to Zecira Musovic for an absolute fantastic performance. Sweden themselves, they will know that they weren't at their best throughout this game, only having 9 shots compared to the USA's 22 in total, with 1 on target. So they didn't really test Alyssa Neher, and they will know in the quarterfinals, should they want to progress to the semi-finals or even have the chance of winning it, they are going to have to be much better. So next up for Sweden is a game on Friday as they face Japan. That is the Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. UK time, and then we know the other quarter-final will be Spain versus the Netherlands. So just a quick look at them other games. Spain absolutely dominated Switzerland, winning by 5-1. A fantastic performance it was from Aitana Bonmati, scoring 2 and assisting 2 goals as well as they knocked out Switzerland. Fantastic performance from Bonmati, and showing why she is the best midfielder in women's football. They will face, like I said, the Netherlands, who beat South Africa by 2-0. Gilroyd and Lineth Berenstein with the goals. Again, another fantastic goalkeeping performance by Daphne van Domselaar for Andreas Jonker's side. Again, top saves to deny South Africa a chance in that game. So that is the early game on Friday at 2 a.m. UK time, and then like I said, Sweden will face Japan, who beat Norway by 3-1. Again, good Japan side, looking for me the best side at this World Cup, although Norway shot themselves in the foot many times during that game. So that is, we're halfway through the round of 16s. We have the other round of 16 games to come. So that's Australia, Denmark, France versus Morocco, England, Nigeria, and Colombia versus Jamaica. So they are all to come. But the big news of today, reigning World Cup champions, the United States, are out of the World Cup after losing 5-4 on penalties to Sweden, who advance through to the quarterfinals. And make sure you turn on that subscribe button, and make sure you never miss a video of ours by clicking on the notification bell, and that you're following us on Twitter and Instagram for all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And we'll be back with more World Cup content over the coming days. In the meantime, we'll see you soon.